Hello children, Krishna Mamya. Children, in my last video, we are learning the chapter Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, written by William Saroyan from a book Snapshot, and this is the first chapter of this book. In my last video I told you how small boy Aram, he was sleeping and there was a knock at the window, and his cousin Murad, he came to invite him for a horse ride. And small boy Aram, he was almost dazed. He was just thinking, is it a dream? He was perplexed to see that white horse, because it was almost like a dream come true. So now let us continue from there. He was just thinking that how did Murad get a horse? It is not possible. They were too poor. They were too poor to buy a horse. And they belonged to the tribe which is known for their honesty. So, and it's not possible that he has stolen it also. So, in one way, in one side, he was surprised, he was happy that he's seeing something he has longed for long. That is a horse. That was a very beautiful white one. And on the other part, he was thinking, has he stolen this? But somehow he told his mind. There was a fright and there was happiness. There was a combination of both in his mind. And he was a very simple, innocent child. So somehow he convinced his mind. He told himself, look, we have not stolen it. If we sell it, then means we have stolen it. We have not stolen it for money. And this is just for a pleasure ride. We will ride over it for a few days, then we will return it back. So this is not theft, this is not stealing. So somehow he convinced himself. Now Murad told, let's go for a ride. So he jumped off the window and sat on the horse. Both of them, now let's see in the book. Okay, now we are on the third page. So he was telling that year they lived at the outskirts of the town, and that was a small town in California. So while they rode on the horse, they crossed the country. They were living in the outskirts. So the horse, it crossed on the countryside. That's vineyards, orchards, irrigation ditches, and all the country roads. And when it climbed all those things, the field was clear, and it was plain field. So the horse started to trot. What means started pacing fast. So while the horse was trotting, it began running fast. Murad came in a very jolly mood. He was a happy-go-lucky type of boy, carefree type boy. So he started singing. He sang his heart out because he was very happy for this ride. So now here Aram is telling something about Murad. He was telling that Murad is considered to be crazy by other people because he has got a carefree nature. So he was telling that this type of crazy trace is found in almost all families, and his family was no exception. So in every generation there was such one type person in each generation. In the last generation, it was Uncle Khosrow, and here Murad got his nature. Now what he's telling that Murad's father Zurab, he was a very simple person, and Murad didn't get his nature. About Uncle Khosrow, Aram told that he is a strange kind of person. For anything happens, he simply likes to roar and shout. He doesn't like to listen to anybody. he gets irritated very soon, and whoever says anything to him, he will simply say, "It's no harm, pay no attention to it." He gets angry like this. So he was just telling one instance that once he was sitting in a barber shop, having his hair and all these things trimmed. His son Eric came running. He told father, "Father, the house is on fire." He got irritated. He said, "It's no harm, pay no attention to it." And the Bible said, "But the boy says it's your house." So he says, "Enough, I say it's no harm." So he's showing what kind of person he was. So this boy Murad, he has got the similar nature of getting irritated and being carefree over things. So here is written, that's how it was in our tribe. A man could be the father of his son's flesh, but that didn't mean that he was also the father of his spirit. Means a man could be the biological father of a person, of his son, but in temperament, in disposition, in nature, in spirit, both of them could be totally different. So this is how it was with Murad and his father. So now let's continue with the ride. Okay, they rode and Murad sang. They crossed the country, and when they left the country, they came out of the country road. Now Murad said, he stopped the horse, and he asked Aram to get down of the horse. He told that, "Get down, I want to ride alone now." Okay. So now Aram also wanted to ride alone. He says, "Okay, once you are done, let me ride on the horse alone also." Murad told, "But you don't know how to ride." He says, No, let me try. Because he was also happy inside that his dreams coming true. So he got down from the horse and Murad kicked his heels into the horse. Because children, I think most of you know how to ride the horse. So when you have to make it run, you have to kick the horse. Once you kick the horse, it will start running fast. So Murad, he kicked the horse with his heel and said, "Run, Wazire." So the horse started running, and Aram was perplexed. He was surprised to see the way the beautiful white horse was running. It was running very fast. It was crossing the field of dry grass to all the irrigation ditches, and it crossed the ditch also. And within 5 minutes, Murad was back. He was dripping. So the daylight was breaking. It was the start of the dawn now. So somehow they cannot continue with the horse ride for long because they have to hide it. But now Aram said, "But you promised me that you'd let me ride the horse alone also." So Aram got off the horse and Aram, he rode. And when he rode, the horse didn't move because he didn't know how to ride. This was the very first time he was in front of a horse in real. Before that, he had horse ride only in dreams, maybe because it was his childhood dream to ride a horse. So he rode on top of the horse. Murad told, "Kick on the horse." So he kicked into the muzzle of the horse, but he had no idea how much force should he put to make it run fast, make it jump, make it go out of control. So somehow he kicked. The horse, it reared and snorted again. Now reared means it ran fast and it puffed from its nose and started running. Now once it started running, he was surprised because he was alone on the horse, small boy Aram. So the horse, it ran and ran, and within a few minutes, within a few seconds I should say, poor child Aram, he was down on the floor. He was down on in the field. And the horse, it continued running. Now Murad came running there, and he didn't sympathize with the boy. He says, I don't care about you, but I'm worried of the horse. We should somehow catch the horse. So he instructed Aram to go one side, and he went to other side, and it took them half an hour to get the horse back. Now it was a daybreak, it was getting light, so they have to hide it somehow. Now Aram told, alright, the whole world is awake now. We cannot ride anymore. I have to hide the horse. And we will ride it again tomorrow. So until tomorrow morning I have to hide it somewhere. But the way he told this in a very carefree manner. So Aram was very much sure that he must have stolen the horse, and he must have been using this horse since some time. And he had been hiding it every day. And he knows where to hide it. He was not very worried where to hide. So he simply asked, how long did you steal this horse? Again, there was no reply. So he knew the horse has been stolen. But instead of giving the correct reply, what did Murad say? He said, who said anything about stealing a horse? Then he told Aram, if anybody asks you, just tell them we had been riding only since this morning. We started riding only since this morning. Means he somehow convinced the small boy Aram to tell a lie. He told, whenever anybody asks you about the horse ride, just tell them it's only today morning. Whichever day they ask, it's only today morning. So they carried the horse to a deserted vineyard, which belonged to Fedvezin. Okay, and it was a dry field. It was a dry barn. They hid the horse over there, and they came back home. Okay, when they came back home, in between Murad told Aram that I have an understanding of horse, because Aram told that how come you can ride horse very well, but I could not. Why the horse won't allow me to ride? Then Murad told, it's because I have a way with the horse, means I know how to handle the horse. Then Aram told that when will I learn? He wanted to ride horse in the same manner Murad was riding. So he told, will the horse allow me to ride it the way you did? Told, let's see, it will take time, because I have a way with the horse. I know how to handle it. But when you are my age, even you will learn how to handle horses. So they went back home, and that day he was very happy, because that day his childhood dream came true. He rode a red horse. He had a hard time, he was very happy, but when he went inside the house, his uncle Khosrow was there, and his mother has brought some snacks, some coffee, cigar, those things for his uncle. While he was sitting with the uncle, he had one more guest. That was John Byro. John Byro was a poor farmer, a simple farmer, and he was an Assyrian farmer. Now, where is this Assyria? Assyria is a small country, small state somewhere between Iran and Iraq. So even that farmer, John Byro, had migrated to California, to that small state where these people where Aram and Murad was staying. And he was a bit loner because he didn't know Armenian language much, but just to get acquainted with people over there, just to know people, make friends with people over there, he learned Armenian language. So he was sad that day. He told Aram's mother that his horse, his white horse, which had been missing since last 1 month, there's still no trace of that one. So now Aram was sitting there. When Aram heard that, he knew, oh, so that horse belonged to this man John Byro. And it means that Murad had stolen it since last 1 month, not only this morning. Now when that farmer John Byro started complaining about the horse, the missing horse, Uncle Khosrow, who was sitting there, got irritated again, and he says, what's that about the horse? Pay no attention to it. Now he says, why? I came walking all the way here. So they had a small, right? He says that why you can't walk and all that. Then he says my leg pain. So uncle, he got irritated and he walked out of the house telling that pay no attention to it, and he walked out. Now the same evening, Aram, he went to the Murad's house. He just wanted to tell Murad that now he knows who is the real owner of that horse, and he knows that horse had been stolen for 1 month and he must return, because the poor thing, the poor farmer, he was very worried without a horse. So he went there. When he went to Murad's house, telling about the farmer, he saw one more face, one more side of Murad. Murad was healing the wound of a robin bird. A robin bird has broken a wing, and Murad was healing that. He was taking care of that. And when the bird was able to fly, he left it in the sky. Now he told Murad that John Byro came and he was telling. So he told that now I know that you have kept this horse since last 1 month. But in one way he was worried that they have found the real owner. So now Murad will return. So he was a small child. He has a longing to ride. So he told Murad that, Murad, can we keep the horse for 1 year, and I will learn how to ride like him. After that you can return. Murad says, no. Our tribe is known for the honesty. I cannot keep it for so long. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's keep it for 6 months. Then I'll return it to John Byro. So every morning, both of them, while it was still dark, before the day breaks, both of them, they continued with their riding. And every day Murad will ride alone, and after that he will take his turn to ride alone, small boy Aram. But the same thing happens every day. The horse will throw him down. And this continued for almost 2 weeks. For every day, early in the morning, for 2 weeks, they will ride on the horse, and before it starts, before the daybreak starts, they will take it to that deserted barn and hide the horse over there. Now one morning, when they were, after the ride, they took the horse for hiding. They collapsed with the farmer, John Byro. John Byro was going in the same, he was coming from the other direction, and they crossed each other. Now, John Byro was surprised to see the horse, because it was the same horse which had been missing, which he had been looking since last 1 month. So he was surprised. He asked the children, "Oh, is it your horse?" He knew, John Byron knew that this is very much my horse. But these two children, they belonged to a Gagolian tribe, and John Byron knew that he cannot put a finger on this tribe. He cannot blame even a small child of this tribe. He cannot suspect. So he told, "This is your horse?" He says, "Yes, its name is my heart." So just to make it show again, he counted the teeth of the horse, and inside he was very much sure that this is my horse. But then he told that eyes tell one thing, but heart, it's telling some other thing. His eyes are telling that this is your horse, but inside his heart, his conscience is feeling that these children cannot be a thief because they belong to that tribe, the Golden tribe, and that tribe cannot do anything wrong. Okay. So he told, "Okay, doesn't matter, children. It might be the duplicate of my own horse." So he went away. He went on his way. This conversation, the conversation Murad had with John Byron that morning, somehow it pricked his conscience. It pricked his conscience. He felt a bit ashamed because he knew that he is becoming a disgrace for his tribe. He was thinking that, look, even though this farmer knew, even though this farmer could recognize his own horse very well, but since we belong to the Gagolian tribe, he cannot make up his mind to say that this is his horse. So he felt a bit ashamed on himself. His conscience didn't allow him to keep it further. So he didn't tell anything to Aram. And the very next morning, he made up his mind that today I will return the horse to the farmer. So both of them got ready. They took the horse and he went there. He went inside the farmer's house when everybody was asleep that time. And he opened his garden gate and tied the horse over there and came back. Now next day what happened? Not next day, sorry. That very afternoon, John Byron, after returning the horse, both children, they felt light at heart because somehow they have done the right thing. So that same afternoon, John Byron, he came to Aram's house again, and he told his mother that he was very happy that day, and he told that I have found my horse, and he says that whoever has taken the horse has taken care of the horse very, very well, because the horse has become healthy, and one more thing, the horse has become very well tempered. He has become better tempered than before. So he was happy. He didn't care whoever was taken, but he was happy that the horse was in good hands. Now, Uncle Khusro was there again that day. He felt irritated again and shouted, "Quiet, man, quiet! Your horse has been returned. Pay no attention to it." So that was the end of the story, and it was a very, very simple but very interesting story for children. Again, I suggest that read the content of the book. You will enjoy, and once you read, you will go deep in the incident, and it will be easy for you to visualize things and write the question and answers on yourself. So tomorrow I'll come up with another video, something more interesting. Till then, children, have a very happy time. Good day for today.